restaurant and you told me that it's your expectation that the guy should always pay.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of disappointed. I thought you could low-key be a sugar mommy.
We broke up.
What's good, fam? Welcome back to THQ, where we don't spill tea, we serve it unfiltered straight from your algorithm's favorite influencer facades. And today, we're kicking things off strong with none other than Clara Dow.
You may remember her as the internet flash that queen, preaching that natural is enough. But now, let's just say sis pulled up to the glow up party with some extra carry-on. So how did we go from flat and fearless to curvy and controversial? Was it confidence, clout, or just a content pivot dressed up as self-love? Buckle up.
Let's rewind it out loud. She claims she only eats when she's really hungry, usually around 7 p.m., and compared herself to hunter-gatherers. Says they barely made it past age 30. If she overeats one day, she eats only 500 calories the next. That's toddler diet levels. Then she says, I've read a lot of books, so I know what I'm talking about. Baby, reading books isn't a license to hand out diet advice on the internet. And after all that, she claims she doesn't diet because dieting is unhealthy. Girl, pick a lane.
This is the same woman who once championed body positivity. Now, she's glamorizing toxic eating habits and selling unattainable standards with a side of Sean sponsorships and weird TikToks that joke about domestic violence. Real empowering. Remember that one? He didn't have a car, I thought he was broke, and somehow that was the start of a romance. Let's talk about Clara and Xavi, aka Content Couple 101.
They met at a club while she was still in another relationship. Javi got invited to join their table by a friend, ended up at her place with the group, stayed till morning, and dipped. 6 months later, after her breakup, they ran into each other again, same club, and this time Javi got her drunk and they kissed. Romantic? More like questionable. Next came the couple's YouTube channel full of staged, cringy relationship goals content. Their relationship looked more like a strategy meeting than a love story. In one video, Javi literally says Clara was the object that made him famous. She was catching feelings, he was chasing followers. Then came the plot twist no one expected, but we kind of did. Clara popped out with a brand new body. The proud, flat-chested queen upgraded to double Ds, like it was a wardrobe change. Why? Just for fun, she said, like it was a haircut. Sis got bored of her content and decided to rebrand her body. She went from love yourself as you are to love yourself after some procedures. The edits on her body now outnumber the edits in her videos. She turned off her comments but left the hypocrisy on full blast. And the backlash? Oh, she handled it gracefully with a bunch of melodramatic TikToks. I changed for myself, she said. Girl, you changed when the algorithm stopped caring. Now, the implants, they're her entire brand. Adding some fillers, lash extensions, eyelid surgery, sis forgot what she was even positively bodying. And now the breakup. Shocking? Not really. Reddit saw the red flags from day one. Remember that viral we listen, we don't judge challenge they did? Basically a soft launch for their breakup. Clara said when she first met Javi, he showed her a 70K bank balance and she thought it was low. She dragged him for not owning a car and lacking financial responsibility. But then they do hot yoga, he takes off his shirt, and suddenly she's like, maybe broke isn't so bad if he's fine. Not exactly the feminist energy we started with. Then Javi shares that Clara told him men should always pay for dates. He thought she was low-key a sugar mama. Not love, just mutually exchanged red flags. Clara eventually broke things off and called it a universe intervention. Girl, that wasn't astrology. That was common sense. Just a month earlier, she was calling their relationship perfect. Now, we both tried, but we're holding each other back. Classic breakup text energy. She said she learned to love unconditionally from Javi. But honestly, she loved him deep while he was out here loving the algorithm.
Then she said she's taking a break from social media. But not before giving us a full-blown emotional trilogy. I broke your heart, but you broke mine. Complete with tears, dim lighting, and Oscar-worthy sobs. Next up, Sessa audio playing. Healing Era brought to you by Spotify and Main Character Syndrome. When people commented, maybe you deserved the breakup, she fired back with more emotional edits. But Reddit, they said hold my tea. Then she said she's taking a break from social media. But not before giving us a full-blown emotional trilogy. I broke your heart, but you broke mine, complete with tears, dim lighting, and Oscar-worthy sobs. Next up, Sessa Audio playing. Healing Era brought to you by Spotify and Main Character Syndrome. When people commented, maybe you deserved the breakup, she fired back with more emotional edits. But Reddit, they said hold my tea.
Turns out Xavi wasn't even single when he met Clara. Yep, while filming You're My First Everything TikToks, he was still cuffed up. And get this, he demoned Clara 6 months before his breakup even happened. Sir, this wasn't a meet cute, it was premium manipulation with a ring light. Reddit also clocked Xavi for pitting the girls against each other. Clara even jumped on a trend shading his ex, saying, "I'm way prettier." And not long after, surgery, full glam, and a fresh personality download, from body positive to body by Instagram.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Love Bombing Lies and Low Effort Lighting. We laughed, we judged, we spiraled through Reddit, and somehow ended up questioning our own relationships. Moral of the story, if he says we don't align while staring into a ring light, run. Catch you next time when another influencer gets exposed and we all act surprised again.